Gross.
You want to fight?
What is up, you guys? This is All Day Any Day 1 on the PS4, and I'm going to be giving you a very strong hunter build, pretty much like a little breakdown, and how to get these certain gears and whatnot. But this build is a very strong hunter-focused build, which means you're going to be using your bow. You're not worried about using your two melee weapons. You can have whatever you want for your melee weapons, but they will need a specific stat on them, or specific stats. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you what gear you're gonna need first. So the gear you're going to need is the Artemis legendary set. The reason why is because the Artemis set bonus, it gives you 15% damage with hunter abilities, which is going to be really useful. And the way you get those is you're going to end up completing, you're going to have to complete these this little quest line. It's going to be in focus, and you're going to have to go to the Temple of Artemis. So it's right up at the northern part of the sacred lands of Apollo. And then you're going to go to the Temple of Artemis, and then there's going to be a lady there named Daphne. You're going to talk to Daphne, and then you're going to get this storyline, or this little quest line, I guess, where you have to take down, I think it's 5, 6, or 7 of these legendary animals. And you're going to return all those to her, and in return you'll get the legendary set. And then for the bow, you have two different bow options. You have the vine bow, which I believe you can purchase with Helix. Yeah, you can purchase this with Helix, but for me, I don't remember purchasing this ever. I'm pretty sure I ended up getting this somehow, but I couldn't tell you how. I don't remember how. Or you can get the Achilles bow, and you get the Achilles bow pretty early on in this, not very early in the storyline, but you can get it. I got it when I was around level 20-ish, about 20, 18 to 20. So it's not too far into the story, but as long as you're doing the story, you'll end up getting this. Now, if you don't have these, it's okay. You don't need to worry about it. You want to have a bow that does have hunter damage on it, though. The reason why you want to have either Achilles bow or the vine bow is because, well, with the Achilles bow, the bonus you get from it is the 25% hunter damage, but you do have 15% less armor. And then the vine bow gives you 20% damage to devastating shot. Now, if you get both, you'll end up having those legendary perks, and then you can equip it to one or the other. That's why I highly suggest either one or the other. If you did have to choose, then the Achilles bow would probably be the best option due to the fact that you get 25% hunter damage overall, but you do lose 15% armor. And you also do get the crit chance increase as well. Now, the next thing you're going to do is for these two top weapons, don't worry about them being legendary or whatever. You want to have them at least an epic, so you get the most amount of hunter damage. Obviously, if you have the legendary, it's going to be even more. It's going to be at a cap of 15% hunter damage. This one's only at 13 because it's not at level 40. But you're going to have two weapons. One is going to have, or both of them are going to have hunter damage, and then the stats below it can be whatever. Something I would probably suggest is something with like crit damage, crit chance, and headshot damage, or something that can help you benefit more in damage with the bow. Because the thing about the gray stats is all the gray stats stack. So it's not just your weapons, but it's also your gear. All these stats stack. The only thing that does not stack is the legendary bonuses. So those yellow symbols, whatever, those cannot stack with other stats. So that means if I wanted this 100% damage and 50% health for Tamed Beast, I have to have this equipped. I have to be using it. I can't just have it in my slots. I have to be using it. And same thing with the vine bow. I can't stack I couldn't put the hunter damage bonus for my weapons because it just doesn't stack. Plus, that wouldn't really make sense due to the fact that I'd be losing 50% armor. But anyways, we're gonna go to the ability or abilities. So if you're only level 40, let's just say you're only level 40, you're pretty much gonna focus everything on your hunter tree. Everything's gonna be pretty much on hunter tree. The main one is gonna be devastating shot, and Archery Master. Those are going to be the two that you're going to focus on the most. The next one I would focus on would be Multi-Shot, because with Multi-Shot you can lock onto multiple enemies. And then the next one I would most likely just go with Sixth Sense, so that way you can, when you're sneaking around, you get caught, time slows down, and then you do more damage right as soon as you shoot the enemy. And then what I would also highly recommend is definitely go with 1 point into overpower attacks, and then Battle Cry of Ares. The reason why you want Battle Cry of Ares is because you do a lot more damage for 20 seconds. You do 50% more damage for 20 seconds. If you only have 1 point, then it's only going to be 15 seconds and 35% more damage. And then also you're going to want to try to go for the slow time, because slow time definitely helps you a lot, especially as an archer, because you're not going to be close quarters with anyone. So using this, you can keep yourself at distance while all the enemies are really slow, and then it lets you just pretty much kill them pretty quick. And then you also want to go with Second Wind, because Second Wind is going to allow you to heal yourself just in case if you get hit too much, or if you do get hit at least once or twice. And then you also want to make sure you do get Gear Master, because with Gear Master you take less damage from ranged attacks, and you also have a higher armor. You have higher armor rating, and you also stagger your enemies. You have a 10% chance to stagger your enemies. Also going to go with flaming attacks, so you can buff your arrows with fire damage, as well as getting the fire mastery, so they do more damage and they last longer. And then you're going to go with venomous attacks as well as poison mastery. Now the reason why you're going with both is because flaming attacks, once that runs out, all you'll do is just go ahead and pop the venomous attacks. And once this runs out, this one's probably going to be back pretty soon. So what I normally do is I normally pop Battle Cry of Ares and then flaming attacks, and then I just use Devastating Shot, because Devastating Shot is probably the most overpowered attack in the game, in my opinion. It hits super hard. It hurts, honestly, it hits harder than the overpowered bow strike. I don't understand why, but it just does. But the overpowered bow strike is really nice if there's a group of enemies all clustered up. You just shoot this and then it does an explosive attack. With multi-shot, you just lock onto multiple enemies and you hit them. You can charge your bow as well. You don't have to keep tapping. You just charge it and then let go, and then it hits them for full damage. So now we're gonna go ahead and, or I'm gonna go ahead and show you some gameplay. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. If this helped you out at all, go ahead and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you have any questions or suggestions, let me know down in the comment section. Also, if you do know how to get the vine bow, because I'm sorry, my mind just went completely blank on how I got the vine bow, but because yeah, I honestly don't remember ever purchasing the vine bow, because I already had the vine bow before I made the purchases of all my other legendary stuff. And yeah, if you know how to get the vine bow or the Achilles bow, you can go ahead and put that down in the comment section. If I remember, I'll end up putting that down in the comment section as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and show you some gameplay. This is all Day 1 on the PS4. Have a good day, good night, and peace.
Sorry, Eagle Bearer. I can't let you leave here alive.
You might be able to challenge me. Then